Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Amityville Horror Trilogy, the original 3. We're watching part 2, Amityville 2, The Possession. Let's check it out. The Montellis are moving into the Amityville house. That's Burt Young, the dad.
That's dangerous. I don't want to see you near the edge. She knows the way.
This is the youngest son,
Come on, boy. You're
Sonny.
not too big for a whipping. Yeah, I know. You proved that to me.
Diane Franklin plays Patricia, or Trish, the sister.
All right. I love it.
We all know that strange things happen inside the Amityville house. Like random wind. Later on, that random wind pays another appearance to the house, covering up a cross. One evening, there's endless pounding on the door. Of course, every time he goes out there with his gun, nothing.
Okay. I see you there.
More scary stuff when paintbrushes come off the kids' desks and start writing stuff on the walls. Of course, he thinks the kids did it.
What about her?
Don't touch her, don't touch her.
You're in this house. Get out of my way.
Sonny comes to the rescue. Harbinger of things to come, perhaps.
Why didn't you pull that trigger? Why didn't you shoot that?
Mom brought a priest in to bless the house.
What the hell is the matter with you? I don't go to church and you bring it here?
Yes, he's going to bless our house.
More scary shit happens.
Don't you lie to me!
Of course, he thinks they did it.
Please, don't hit the child. Mister, this isn't your business, see it?
At one point, Sonny ventures into that hidden room in the basement and sees an arm in the wall. And then it's gone. He's home alone this day while everyone else is at church, and he thinks something might be around or inside following him. I don't know what he sees, but he starts shooting at something. And then somebody takes the gun. And then it appears something enters him, like possesses him.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Sonny's a changed boy at this point.
Because you're beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
Take off your nightgown.
Remember, this is his sister.
What?
Just for a second.
Things escalate very quickly.
It's a big sin.
Don't be afraid.
Anyway, the priest does come back to bless the house after Dad apologized to him, and then this happens. Of course, moments later, all the blood evidence is gone. Sonny's got a birthday coming up, and Mom notices something a little strange with their embrace today.
You act like you hate me sometimes.
Starting to turn.
Confused. Please talk to me.
Go away, damn bitch!
What have you done with your brother?
Me?
What have you done?
Nothing!
So Sonny heard a voice that said, "Do it."
What's it got to do with our family?
I think he's gonna do it. He kills everybody. Is Trish gonna get away? No. That's some evil looking makeup there.
What are you doing? No! Please! No!
up. You're having a dream.
And the police show up. They arrest Sonny.
Remember? I don't remember.
Priest goes to see him in jail.
Who is inside you?
Moses' gun on the right.
He can't help it. He's dominated by another force.
I told you you'd have to leave.
You want to destroy this boy's life.
I do what I want.
You must leave this boy's body which your father presence occupies.
Your Honor, it is my intention to prove at the trial that Sonny Montelli is a victim of demonic possession, and therefore...
What, Mr. Booth?
Interesting position. The priest wants to do a
I gave you permission to let the
exorcism.
The court of law believe that the church was preparing to perform an exorcism. You told me. I told you I was going to talk to the bishop.
Message from Sonny inside. They're in a hospital right now, and Moses' gun let him hit him and knock him out so that he could take the boy out to try to save him. He takes him to a church, of course. Then he gets over to the Amityville house and tries the exorcism on his own. And of course, that's where Sonny is.
You know my name very well, Father.
Sonny turned into Trish.
Now you must confess, mustn't you? When I was making my confession, you thought about making love to me.
Eventually, Sonny starts falling apart. He gets a novel idea.
Let it be me, my God. Not him.
And it may have worked. Sonny is now free. Of course, he still has those 5 murders he has to deal with. Of course, now the demon's going to go into him.
Do not forsake me.
That's our film. All right, let's talk about Amityville 2, The Possession. This is a movie that I saw on cable probably back in 1983, a year after it came out. It stars Burt Young as the father in this family, Diane Franklin, who this was her follow-up to The Last American Virgin. I'm Facebook friends with her, actually. She talks about this film quite often sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, it's not really a sequel. It's more of a standalone film. It takes place in the same house. That's the only thing that has anything to do with the first one. A new family is moving in, and Burt Young is kind of he's a brute kind of father. I don't know if he's a drinker, but he has no problem slapping his kids around a little bit, as well as his wife. And of course, we know what this house is all about. It's an evil house where murders have taken place, that sort of thing. Eventually, this evil goes through the house and starts doing causing little accidents and this sort of thing. At one point, there's a bunch of drawings on the wall. It says, dishonor thy father or dishonor thy mother. I think it's what it said. Of course, the father, Burt Young, thinks that his kids did it, so he takes out his belt and starts whipping them. Then he hits his wife when she interferes. Sonny, the older brother, or the oldest son, I should say, then takes a gun to his dad and basically stops him from hitting anybody else. Then, as the film progresses, one day Sonny is at home by himself, and this evil presence that's in the house takes over him. We see his stomach move up and down and convulse a little bit, and he's become possessed. From that point on, he's a mess. And the first thing he does is assault his sister, although she's kind of willing. It's an incest thing going on there. I don't know exactly what that was all about, but it did give us a chance to see one of Diane Franklin's boobs, which was nice. But yeah, they go all the way, as she says, when she confesses to the priest, at some point later on. And then the same thing that happened in years earlier, he becomes possessed again, and he hears voices that say, do it, do it, do it. So he takes a gun and he shoots his entire family. He kills everybody. He kills his 2 younger siblings, he also kills his 3 younger siblings, including Diane Franklin, and kills the parents. a priest who comes around eventually figures out that this guy is possessed. He tries to get permission from the church to perform an exorcism, but they don't give him that permission because they think he's too inexperienced, that sort of thing. So he decides to go rogue and do it on his own. So he manages to get the kid out of jail by hitting the hitting the attorney in the back of the head. It was Moses Gunn played the attorney. No, it wasn't Moses Gunn. It was somebody else. Moses Gunn is in this movie though, but the guy let him do it too because he wanted him to help. So anyway, he gets the kid out and tries to take him to a church, which doesn't work. I think they end up back at the Amityville house then, and then he performs an exorcism, which has mixed results. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Then finally he does the trick that we saw at the end of the movie, The Exorcist, and says, "Not him, Lord. Come into me," or something like that is what he said. Basically, he says, me instead of him. So that's what happens. The possessed spirit comes out of the boy, and then he gets taken away by the police again, and he's probably going to be arrested or, charged and convicted with murder. And then the priest is stuck in the house, and the last thing we see is his head and skin starts to convulse a little bit, and he's like, "Don't forsake me, Lord." Then we cut to a scene outside, and we assume he got forsaken, and he turns into whatever the hell he's going to be next. That's the end of Amityville 2, The Possession. A decent film? Yeah. As 80s horror films go, it's decent in that respect. Other than that, there's nothing overly special about it. But I enjoyed it. I always thought Diane Franklin was a delight. Saw her in, obviously, Last American Virgin, this movie, Second Time Lucky, and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, of course. Oh, Better Off Dead, of course, as well. So I think I have 5 Diane Franklin movies. She still acts, does a lot of things that, are not well known anymore. She does a podcast, I think, with her daughter sometimes too. She's part of her last name, or her daughter's last name is De Laurentiis. And Dino De Laurentiis, I think, produced this film. However, I don't see any relation to Dino De Laurentiis and to these other De Laurentiises that Diane Franklin is part of. I couldn't find a connection, but you would think they would be, but I guess I don't know for sure, and who knows. Doesn't matter. If you know, let me know. I'm just curious. Anyway, it's the Amityville Horror 2, The Possession. And you can get this on this Amityville trilogy here. It's a Blu-ray box set put out by Scream Factory. There you go. I'll leave a link to that down below. It's about $80 last time I looked, and it's not a bad price. Check it out. Leave some comments. Anything about Amityville 2, The Possession. Watch it. Bye.